Okay. Morning, everyone. We're going to move on to 72 now, which is Japanese internment. The second part of the lesson. So remember, you have to do 71 first to kind of get a handle on what we're talking about with respect to the internment of Japanese during World War II. So what we're going to do is look at a couple of excerpts from a book written by a internee. Her name is Estelle Ishigo. Her and her husband were interned at Heart Mountain. She wrote a book called Lone Heart Mountain, and she was a watercolorist, so she painted some paintings to represent life in the camps. All right, so we're going to spend a little time with each of these. The first reading is Uprooting. A little dog had lived all his life with 6-year-old Kenji. The fur around his nose was getting gray. He trotted stiffly, but his eyes still sparkled as he played with his young master. The house was emptying strangely. Old familiar things were gone. Anxiously now, he patted closely after every step Kenji took. The night before their departure, he lay down exhausted and slept fitfully. His master could find no one who would keep this little dog, because his master was Japanese. He could not be left alone in the empty house to starve, so they took him out for one last walk to a veterinary. They paid the bill, then carried their dog home and laid him in a little grave under a tree, while Kenji watched with wide, dry eyes with questions none could answer. The second excerpt is about the departure. We're not going to read the whole thing. We're just going to read a few pieces of it. It was very hard to know what to put in that duffel bag, to decide what to take. There was no way of knowing what might happen, what we really might need. 100 pounds of baggage, read the order, no more. So just think about what you could put in a bag that could weigh just 100 pounds, no more, that you would need to go to one of these camps. You know, you had no idea how long you were going to be there or what the conditions were, and all you could do was bring 100 pounds of baggage. I just want to go down to the third to the last paragraph. They began loading bundles into trucks, and we saw some of the baggage of those who had not weighed their 100 pounds carefully, left lying in the streets. So it's implying that if you were over the 100-pound limit, you didn't get to bring any of your stuff. All right, so now what we're going to do is these are the words of Estelle Ishigo. Now what we're going to do is take a look at some of her paintings. And just like any other document, right, you want to spend some time looking at it in total first, all right? And then you want to start checking out some of the details. So this is a barracks building where the Japanese Americans and those of Japanese descent or Japanese immigrants were housed. Again, same thing. Look at it in total, then spend a little bit of time taking a look at the details. We wanted to contrast this with a War Relocation Authority photograph of the barracks. This is how the government portrayed barracks life. So just to review now, right? Barracks life as portrayed by the government, and barracks life as portrayed by an internee. Heart Mountain in the background, the barracks structures in the background. now that you've looked at this in total, make sure to focus on some of the details and some of the common details that are in the paintings that follow. This photograph, again, is one of the photographs taken by the government to document the internment camps. And I wanted to just contrast it to this one of children playing. Okay, so 72 left is what we'd like you to do is discuss how the story and paintings of Estelle Shigo are different from the photos and film from Lesson 71 produced by the War Relocation Authority. Which of the representations, Estelle Shigo or the War Relocation Authority, is more reliable, and why do you think that? Remember, you have to have a claim, you have to produce evidence taken either from the sources, Lesson 71 and 72, and give us your reasoning. All right, good luck. If you need us, you know how to get in touch with us.